Now in Chapter 20, we'll be discussing the renal system. First, a little introduction on an overview of what the urinary system does. It is not just a system that makes urine, although that is the main function, but in making urine, it really plays a very important role in the homeostasis of our, the concentration of our blood pressure, the pH, the overall composition in maintaining how much water, how much salt, and so on are found in our body fluids. The urinary system is responsible for eliminating waste products like urea, for example, and also in getting rid and excreting foreign substances like drugs or medications that we take and some toxic metabolites. The system is made out of mainly the kidney, and the kidney is the one that actually performs the main function, while the rest of the organs are there in order to eliminate urine. So kidneys are going to filter blood and make urine, while the ureters will take the urine that was made in the kidneys and take it down into the bladder. The bladder is a storage area for urine, and the urethra is going to take that urine from the bladder out to the outside of the body. Now the kidneys, we've got a right and left of those kidneys, and the kidneys look like a bean-shaped organ. They are all the way in the back they are plastered against the posterior abdominal wall. So these are the muscles of the posterior abdominal wall. That is a slice of the kidney, and you can see that it is plastered against that wall by the peritoneal, the parietal peritoneum. So we call the kidneys are what are known as retroperitoneal organs because they are behind the peritoneum and they are not inside of the peritoneal cavity. You can find the two kidneys on either side of the vertebral column. These are the dimensions of a healthy kidney. The left kidney is a little bit at a higher level than the right kidney is, so it's about a centimeter and a half to about 2 centimeters higher than where the right kidney is. The kidney is surrounded by a connective tissue layer. We call that the renal fascia, and surrounding that fascia is a lot of fat tissue or adipose tissue known as the perirenal fat. The structure of a kidney, we already know that it is a bean-shaped structure, and it has a lateral convex surface and a medial concave surface. So I'm going to actually go over these structures while looking at the picture down here. So here you can see these are the lateral surfaces. These are convex, while the medial surface is concave. And in that concavity that you'll find all of the different structures that are either going into the kidney or out of the kidney. For example, you see the renal blood vessels, the artery and vein. And you can also see the ureter leaving. There will be also lymphatics and nerves. And that area, this whole area is known as the renal hilum. As you can see in the picture, you can see that this left kidney is a little bit higher than the right kidney. On top of both kidneys, there are the adrenal or the suprarenal glands. The kidney has a capsule surrounding it, and the actual kidney tissue is made out of a cortex and a medulla underneath it. The cortex has these little extensions down into the medulla. Those are known as the renal columns. The columns divide the medulla into these little triangles, and those triangles are known as the renal pyramids. You can see all of these lines in the pyramids and in the cortex, and when we talk about, the building block of the kidney, you will understand how those striations are made. Urine is going to be made in the cortex and in the medulla and then pass to start gathering it into these what is known as a minor calyx. There's another minor calyx, a third, and a fourth. Now all of these open up into a major calyx. All of these major calyces are going to dump urine into this funnel-shaped area known as the renal pelvis, and then from the renal pelvis on to the ureter. Here again, you can see the structure of the kidney, and we're going to take a slice of the cortex with the medulla and enlarge it to find out what are all of those lines that we're looking at. Those lines make the building blocks of the kidney that is known as the nephron. So the nephron is again the structural and functional unit of the kidney. It is made out of a renal corpuscle and then a whole bunch of tubes. The tubes are known as the proximal convoluted tubule, the nephron loop, and then the distal convoluted tubule. And we'll find out that all of these tubes are surrounded by blood vessels, and we will be discussing that in the next tutorial.